That is us live here on the great SpeedGaming 2 channel. We bring you Super Metroid Map Rando. Yes. So we'll get started in just a minute, but I should forewarn you all that this is not Season 3 settings. This is off-season settings. So we are playing medium difficulty today. And we'll find out what that means. Many of the runners have never played medium seed, as Mo indicated in the racer. 9 racers today. There's a drop off in the off season because this is when you're supposed to take a break, have fun. Also, when was ship start? We were talking about ship start for season 4. Got my tracker. Otherwise, the settings are the same as what we're used to. Speed booster. Well, I don't know how I lost my tracker, but I can get a new one. Oh, I know how I lost it. It was buggy. The wonderful runners today are Tillamorph and Mo. I guess I can try my best to point out everything that's going to be out of logic. So using Speed Booster as a Shine Spark is a tech. So it's important to think about that. It's broken down across every difficulty. I think hard lets you do horizontal, but that might not even be correct. Maybe hard's the midair one. But Shine Sparking at all is a tech. Shine Sparking horizontal is one. Midair is one. Running with the Shine Charge is a tech. And then up at Expert, it has doing fancy flips off of walls while holding a Shine Spark. Gravity Suit. When I was last testing this for Season 3, I tried out some medium settings. And it felt like a lot of them had early suits. But it's not like it's too out there to get an early suit in the settings that we're used to playing. Most seems to have figured out what to do real fast. Tillamorph avoided using Speed Booster a little bit, and is falling behind. But let's see where gravity goes. There's a lot of techs that aren't in logic that you'd normally think of. Gravity jumping is in medium. I had to look that up. I wasn't sure. Through door gravity jumps are the ones that are in hard. But since we have gravity, you can just gravity jump anywhere. Suitless Meridia is in medium. This trick that Mo's doing, quote-unquote trick of getting the left item in high jump room, that's in hard. So this missile should be a filler item. But you would like to have the filler missiles. Pancakes. We've already collected pancakes. Tillamorph dodging the crab somehow. We're still playing tricky item placement. So you want to follow the hardest trick that's in logic, which is medium this time. And also everything else is going to be filler. And you got to think about how to get out of wherever you're going and whether that is a medium level trick or not. Getting to the high jump missiles here on Tillamorph's side, that's in basic because you just roll left. But getting back through the crumble block that's broken isn't hard. And so that means you can't get back with the item, logically. Mo into Gauntlet. It is still relevant heat damage. So heat damage is a 2.5 multiplier. On hard, it's 1.75, so it's significantly more. So that room, that takes about 1.5 to do. A rising tide, so it's about 1.5. You multiply it by 2.5. And that's 3 and 5. 5 tanks, maybe? So it's not likely that you have to do a heated room. And if there is a heated room without Varia, then you should only need to go through one. Okay, now I need to set aside my tracker. Because I didn't finish cropping. There, I did. And you sort of want to keep track of if you have logical missiles or not, but not really. Because you can always random missiles somewhere. I think Mo is a second ahead. Telemorph gonna get an item. Consecutive wall jump is in medium. And super missiles. Supers are big. So we're gonna hit Mo with a little delay. And then hopefully I can be done with setup now. It's the Animal song. It's Bryn. It's Bryn. I don't know how that game took off so much in a viral meme way. Super Metroid, but it hates you. Do you just need a title? A title that appeals to everyone? So Mo really slowing down here in Wreck Ship. I figured what Mo was doing was ahead with the early checks, but then got sidetracked. What was Telemorph doing? Kind of did a Shine Spark and then fell back down. Oh, doing the unnecessary Shine Spark all the way to the top. That's some no wall jump tech. I don't know why that happened. Maybe didn't want to do a Nevd jump or turn off gravity. We're back in Wreck Ship. Telemorph has supers, so that's the most interesting thing on the screen. This door should go to landing site. Telemorph Rusty, perhaps. Oh, we got a map. Let's analyze. Analyzing. That's a Kraid. Powerbomb lock Kraid. The objective is G4. As shown on the tracker. One objective that they were really looking at for Season 4 was random objectives. Within a range. And our tracker can't support that. But it may be showing up anyway. Criteria map. Dragon Mother Brain. So there's the Norfair. And a bunch of X's. I didn't see anything that looked immediately possible. But that looks like where you want to be looking. I believe Metroid damage is the same as heat damage. Where it's going to be 2.5 times. So going through the Metroid room here, maybe you need 3 tanks. But we see that Mo has another tank, so who knows. You would get up Crab Hole with a gravity jump and morph. So that seems fine to do. Surviving the fish tank pirates, it would expect you to take 2 hits probably. But with gravity, maybe it's not so hard. Power bombs located. Tilmorph takes a commanding lead. Yeah, most still looking for supers. Tilmorph found them in Norfair. And apparently that's what you have to do. All these items down by Tilmorph are just nice to have. You start going after the higher quality items once you have supers and power bombs. I don't think we're thinking too hard about medium difficulty right now. Foremost is, what can you do? Showing off that you can kill that little Ripper guy with 2 missiles. He's a great clutch firm. This jump, I'm pretty sure that's in medium. You lower the platform by walking under it. And then jump up. But then the heat damage means I don't know where it actually is in the seed. Like what's required. But foremost, what you can do is what you should do. Almost got caught inside the shop block. If that happens, you have to power bomb out. So that's 2 X's over here. And then no real way back. On Tilmorph's side. So you can scout 3 X's even. But there's no real reason to do Dragon. And if you're going through Dragon, the way back is through GT. Like the next room is GT, and that's not good. So Tilmorph wants to get these X's. Because they're going to help down the line for wherever Ridley is. We see a map here right above where Mo is. Unfortunately, can't get it. That'd be a good reason to go back to Norfair, though, for Tilmorph. And then Tilmorph doesn't have the wreck ship map. So it doesn't know much about it. I believe we saw a Kraid there. So that's a thought to stick a pin in for later. Because that could be relevant information for the end of the seed. Perhaps reloading the Dragon room to set up this damage boost. Oof, fell. So climbing up Bubble Mountain, very hard. How do you word that better? It's difficult to do. Climbing up right side is in hard. No, it's in very hard. Climbing up right side, you jump from the save room, which is Mother Brain in this case, in hard. So I don't think this is in medium. And then left side is in extreme. But once the X, the problem is that this is a race, and this is almost, I mean, it's over a minute getting to the left side here for the beach X. But showed it off. Very good. Next problem. That's the final power bomb. You can't speedball out. Not a power bomb. 20 supers is really good. Farming pancakes, not so good. Like they're decent in Thread the Needle room. But I feel like whenever you want them to drop something, they don't. In this case, we do get power bombs. Yeah, where Telemorphiz doesn't connect to anything. It's Dragon info, Mother Brain info, but you have to turn around. And that gives Mo time to catch up. So Mo can get the map here. Has power bombs already. I feel like I missed that. There we go. 2 majors at the top of criteria. Almost sports spawn locked. That... Ooh. Yeah, don't get turret hit. So Tilmorph is very likely to die in my analysis. Health is too low to do a Shine Spark, so Tilmorph needs to get a good round of Firm. At least one. Okay, that was really close. Kind of risky super usage. Tilmorph can survive a hit. It's going to do 80 damage. So it would like some health drops. And then needs a little bit of missiles for damage. Okay. It's looking better. It's looking better. It's looking okay. Gonna get hit here. Ouch. Down to 40. Okay, last super finishes off Dragon. If that didn't hit, it was not looking so good. And Tilmorph sank a lot of time into this play. And I don't agree with the Dragon fight. But that is a boss kill on the board. See if Mo goes to the 2 majors. Oh, there's your power bombs. Collecting all the X's can be good. What is up here that's worth saving? Tilmorph in a bit of panic and discomfort. So let's watch Mo for a bit. Take your eyes off of Tilmorph. You're stressing him out. Making him uncomfortable. So this is the sports spawn skip way to the majors. Looks like we're not getting a sports spawn fight. I guess I haven't timed the sports spawn fight to know how much the 2-round takes. Time-wise. I know that barely anyone can do the 2-round, or practices it. And then the other item is Plasma. Fantastic. So those are your 2 majors in criteria, Plasma, Space Jump. And I don't expect Mo to stay for the X's that Tilmorph was picking up. So that's just going to be a difference between them. Tilmorph having 20 supers already. And I don't think the 20 supers are going to be a huge deal. Because I expect Mo to run into enough supers like throughout the seed. But it is a difference and is usually an important factor. I just think that it's too early in the seed for that to be the case. Don't get grabbed. Oh, man. Tilmorph doing all the stress plays. Clip farming. That's what they call it these days. Map Rando has just released version 118. That's right, out of beta. And that's what we're playing now. There are many changes. I should point out the map. The map should be the biggest noticeable one. All the partial water rooms are going to have like a partial water line. The double-sided save room and refill room have a better icon. That's something that bothers a lot of runners, making it hard to tell which one is a double-sided save or refill. Like on Mo's side here, there's a partial water tile. And it makes a few rooms look different. So you have to relearn that a little bit. Kind of interesting that Tilmorph went to a wreck shop. Good for him. Apparently not going to the map, unfortunate. And also left behind the 2 majors in Criteria. Feels like we're going to get 2 really different races from the runners. On Mo's side, we're probably past worrying about medium logic because you have gravity space jump. But heat damage is still pretty important. Oh, that's a weird map in Wreck Shop. How do you get to that? That looks like Bottoon is blocking the map, so you have to go up and around. That is not sporting. Mean-spirited of the seed. And all of map rando to make that happen. To the right of Wreck Shop. I don't know what's to the right of Wreck Shop. Hey, we're space jumping with blue. That's in expert, I think. Maybe very hard. Meridia, okay. I saw that Kraid was to the far left of Wreck Ship, and there might have been a major over there as well. I just figured they'd go to Norfair because Norfair has a map that they know they can get. But this Meridian map is awful close too. That is the door to the map. It's in the pocket. Key Hunter pocket. Perhaps saw that the map was down a tile. Oh, look at that. I think this was a good play. Very strong play to come here first. Oh, majors. Gonna load up for the rest of the seed and then just finish it off. Now Telmorph can get the plasma space jump. Grew attack is your first major. You gotta be a little careful going down sand pits, going down one ways in general. You need to always look for your way back. And that's kind of the first thing to learn when playing Map Rando. How to read the map. What does the map tell me? What should I look for? You should look for how to get back. And also you should learn how to identify rooms, but I don't know how anyone does that these days. It took me a long time. Phaser collected. You have to take some heat damage to get to the far right, Major. Wave beam. When you see a pile of majors like this, they may all just be filler. That is possible. Filler majors are still going to be the beams plus X-ray. So charge, ice, wave, spacer, plasma, X-ray. That part hasn't changed. We're still on mostly tricky. It is tricky with extra supers. high jump. So that leaves us with 5 plus X-ray. So 6 majors left. We can probably get by without charge if we have to. But you definitely want Varia right now. Can't go too slow. Hitting that was bad. Your health is draining fast. You hit the wall again. Lost 25 health by not pausing to manual refill. Gonna hit some acid. Didn't open the door? Oh no. That was just too many minor cuts. All of that taken off the tracker. Big setback. So I guess the thought is, what of these items do you want to keep? That one. I think that's right. Telomorph back in this tide. If I see a long pause, I go to the race room, check for a forfeit. There is no DNF. That is a lot lost. It's a lot lost, but nothing it was required. I think you could just go Norfair and be fine. I don't put much value on those majors. Like, high jump was really good, and wave is going to save a few seconds when you eventually get charge. Save often. There were saves around. There's even another bit of an easier path that passes by an E-tank on the way out. I may have just taken that path anyway. Because I feel like from, like, when you're in Meridia, there's E-tanks there, you don't have Varia. I value E-tanks quite highly. Telemorph finally about to get this map. But even after getting the map, maybe you go directly Meridia. Does that make sense? Just passed by the ship and saved. So just gonna sack for map, I assume. Mo going Norfair. The calm-headed one, just watching. No stakes in the race. Says all those majors were junk. If you went back, you wouldn't make back your time. Oh, really? You're gonna walk out? Crystal flashing. I need to see how this connects for Telomorph. If Meridia's over here, then this is fine. If you're leaving, then I don't like it. Meridia's right there. If you're just leaving, I think a reset to ship would be much better. We have the Norfair map. I missed it. But we're going to start with more majors. And there's Charge B. Samo's the one who needs charge more. Didn't spend all that time collecting supers in criteria. We see 2 more majors. So what Mo gets to keep from that trip to Meridia is the knowledge that Vario was not there. Yeah, screw tech. So there's 2 majors this way, and we are looking for Ice, Varia, Bombs, Ring Ball, X-Ray. That would have been a very cool trick. Unfortunately, made the room much harder by breaking all the floor blocks. So you can shoot a missile, and it's going to accelerate at just the right speed, where you can follow it with a Shine Spark and make it to the top of Red Tower. Didn't pull it off. It's very difficult. Cool, though. It's one of those tricks that's less difficult in practice. Very hard to do. Ice Beam. Ice is good, because you don't have Wave anymore. So that's just gonna be significant damage. But like the damage of your beam only really matters on Ridley Mother Brain. And so having any beam versus just plasma is like 20 seconds twice. And that's usually not consequential. That's the time of picking up another item. Like going into a room, picking up an item, leaving. So if you're collecting items, you want to be more value than that. Missile pack. Hildmorph got something in the sandpit and I missed it. Grapple. I shouldn't have said anything. Seeing gate glitch. This is out of logic. Logic breaker Mo. We are playing medium today because season 3 is over. 118 has released. And we're playing new settings. The overall concept is to find settings that'd be good for season 4. And we've wondered for a while about playing medium instead of hard. Because it doesn't change too much. You just might get some stronger items early. But the way that we race these, you're gonna we have it set where you're doing tricks that aren't like terribly hard. Tricks are gonna slow you down a little bit. So it doesn't matter that much that it's hard versus medium. It would be more a barrier to entry. 50-30, yes, that is enough. Mo also has enough with Charge Eyes. We saw Mother Brain, it's off of Bubble Mountain, and you cannot speed skip that. Worth noting, Mo's first boss, Phantom. If you have Charge Plasma, it's usually a good idea to do a Charge Shot, because it's going to be as strong as a really good Doppler. I don't remember there being any kind of refill above Mother Brain. Looks like it's an energy refill. Thank you for the pause. I saw Telemorph was over there, and his health was low, but he didn't get it. I feel like Mo's really not happy with how the scene's going. Blast the noise in my ear. Just shrink that amount. $220s. Let's try 220s. I missed the map. I was working on the audio. So we'll see the difference, I suppose. Telemorph has all the like support nice to have majors. Mo doesn't. So we'll see if the gap closes between them. And I just don't think it'll close much. High jump is the best one of the 5-ish majors. Grapple loses almost all value with Dragon already dead. So, unless we see... Oh, there's Ridley. That means we have full boss knowledge. Okay. That's important. So it looks like Mo's going for majors. That's a bit of a tricky situation then. Wave would be very helpful if you don't have enough supers for Ridley. And your health is a little bit low. And then, as I said at the time of death, there were extra E-tanks in Big Pink area. That would be nice to get. This Ridley fight... I think it's barely possible with this health. Get another E-tank. Feel better about it. Save. Okay, we'll see how possible it is. 20 supers is really good. Charge shots, especially no high jump. Like no high jump, no screw attack. If you have high jump... do we vice? If we have high jump, then you can... I guess you have to practice it. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. It's gonna be 10 charge shots. Wow. Really got real close. Missed the shot. I guess missiles are like the same DPS. I feel like this is doable if it goes well. Yeah, I feel like the killer is no high jump. You can't realistically lower your reserve. The best positive abuse you can do is about from a low 80. But essentially, missed shots aren't allowed. Charge or supers. Charge shot. 60 frames. So 20 damage. 15 damage. And also probably more than that. It's barely not possible. Also, when your reserves are going off, it's an E-tank there. Telemorph in the same situation. Do we have ice or not? I don't see ice on Telemorph's side. That's who I was referring to before, but I can't say all my thoughts at the same time. Like, falling in the acid isn't even the biggest problem. It's missing shots. And not shooting when Ridley flies away to swoop. Doesn't feel like 10 shots. That's what the numbers in my head say. Telemorph has the same. But Telemorph has to weave in a pause. And has high jump. Plus screw. So if you have high jump, it matters how much you've practiced the Ridley fight. Oh, and the 30 supers. Right. 30 supers is a huge difference. It's triple the DPS of Charge Ice Plasma. You do want to pause. Telemorph. Oh, reset. I missed some supers, so reset. Fine. I'd say could have survived. But if you don't feel it, just reset. If you have 30 supers, having high jump is less critical. The big benefit of high jump is you can hit Ridley when he's swooping. Like when he flies up high on one side and flies under you. You can be shooting that entire time. That was close. So Mo probably wants a pogo pattern. Just all pogos. Telemorph dead. This is a group race. 9 racers. These are not the only 2 racers racing. I kind of feel like Telemorph didn't pick up extra E-Tanks and Big Pink either. How did we get here? Medium settings, confirmed too hard. That's back to what I was saying earlier. It doesn't matter incredibly much what the difficulty of the logic is, because it's a race, so you're going to do what's fastest. And that usually means putting yourself into risky spots. Like this one. Fireballs do 30 damage. Telemorph did not turn on auto reserves. So it has to pause while jumping into the claw. You don't want to lower that. So again, you can't realistically pause abuse below 80. And even 80 is rather hard. And also a little RNG dependent. I think it depends on what kind of swoop speed Ridley has when he grabs you. Hello, Lord Mike from the chat. Welcome to the Super Metroid Map Rando Community Weekly Race. This is not Season 3, this is off-season. We are preparing for Season 4. We don't know when that will be. So we're just trying out whatever people feel like racing. Today is medium difficulty. Yeah, at this point, maybe you should just leave. I'd say especially on Mo's side, the fight is really tight. I think Mo is trying to get a fight that's all pogo RNG. Okay, falling in the acid multiple times you can't do. That was very close, Telemorph. Got hit by the tail right as he got picked up. But that's a win. They get health bombed and get out of there. The first one out of the Ridley fight is the one who entered second. We are in the exploration phase of picking Season 4 settings. So people are trying out different things. We're also trying out the new features of 118, which just released right after the Map Rando Tournament Grand Finals last night. So that is very recently released. Great series, by the way. You should check out the VOD. I think the most popular idea I heard so far for Season 4 was random objectives. But we're still working out how to balance them, because the Ridley objective is so prominent and dominant, as well as the Fantoon one. The Fantoon objective, it blocks a map. So you almost always kill Fantoon no matter what the objective is. And then Ridley, it changes how you play. You need to plan the whole seed around having enough damage and health for Ridley. And what happens sometimes is, if he's not an objective, he can just be in the way, and you don't have a way to deal with him. So we should switch back. Mo has lost the lead. There's a bunch of small RNG things to Ridley, such as how long he bounces, how high he bounces, like at what speed he bounces. And then there's the 1% chance of a back bounce. Tilmorph did see Kraid as long as he scrolled the map far enough left. Kind of going directly there. I feel like a tail hit might be too much. But Mo's Ridley fight feels very barely possible. And without high jump, I think you need to depend on pattern RNG. That's how I feel about it. There's Kraid. And then Tilmorph's the one that did Dragon early. So it's gonna have all the bosses down with this. For Mother Brain, though, Tilmorph is on exact E-tanks. So you would likely want another, just for Mother Brain. And that's why Ridley often has just lower requirements than Mother Brain. I think most of the time. The only main difference is the heat damage. Like, it's not the damage number. There's bombs. Not even gonna pick them up. Oh, is this it? Is this it? Oh no! Got tailed. I hate getting grabbed on the right side. There's like no way to protect against tail. Supposedly there's a place you could stand, but that doesn't seem to work all the time. I didn't take note of when they entered the Ridley fight. At this point, kind of wish we had. Jumping into the grab. Yeah, that might be a good idea. In any percent, jumping into the grab is slower. Because Ridley's movement speed is going to be lower, and it's going to take longer to go into the final explode position. But The key part is heat damage, in this case. So you need to get into the claw, and then you won't take any damage because the reserve will protect you. Okay, then. I think GT has some E-tanks. Oh, I didn't mark crit. Whoops. Yeah, I need to... Let's not so much. So Telemorph has a few problems. One is being at exact health. The other is need to refill ammo. And then you don't even have a good way out of here. Mo is just waiting for probably Telemorph to finish. I don't know that the plan is to stick with this forever. Alright. There's a farm bug in West Ocean. Time to become acquainted. I can't imagine either one is liked how the seed is gone. Be easier to shoot with beam shots instead of grapple. But this is working. The idea of having refill stations refill reserve tanks as well, that has been implemented. So that is in the built-in preset for high quality of life. Energy stations and energy tanks refill reserves. We haven't decided what setting to use for that in racing, but that is part of the default high preset of Map Rando. A lot of the time we use the built-in presets, but not always. This could be it. He's down. Jump. Oh, got tailed. Cursed. Very tight health for this fight. I kind of don't like doing like really tight health check Ridleys in a race. Because if you die once, then you could have gotten safeties that make it so you don't die. And it's just so hard to not make a mistake. It's also like not easy to realize all the factors that matter in this fight, namely high jump. Like it's different with high jump. Speed has been on the whole time, I think. I would have turned speed off. Okay, so on Tilmore's side, we're watching the health bar. Can't get hit. This is only a single suit, so like the rings do 40 damage each. Catch-up would be 200 base, I think. So you can't take hits. And if you go under that 99, if you lose more than 100 damage, it's going to be reset. Decided not to get the GT health tank. That should be the fight, though. 30 super fight goes pretty fast. You can guess the escape timer from criteria left to criteria right. How long will it be? We have mere moments. This is also medium, so it's going to be a higher escape timer. Worth mentioning. It's like a minute. Minute 30. Oh, you can take the shortcut through Croc Escape. I think that's in medium. So using Hyper Beam to shoot green gates is a tech, and I believe it's a medium. Telemorph gonna go down, but it might want you to go through the Croc Escape. And I should mention that the big pink, the charge beam power bomb block, that would be a tech in hard, using Hyper Beam to break that. In past commentaries, you've heard that the escape calculates the timer in real time. It's done that this time as well, but used a different multiplier for medium. I could look up what timer it used. It is 1.75. And then hard is 1.4 or 1.5. So an extra 25%. Telemorph into the ship. 21 seconds left. I think that's an indicator that that was not the best route. This attempt was looking really strong. Oh, but you see, Ridley flew off. And you're not doing damage in that time. GG. Oh! Ah. Didn't get it. There's been a few close attempts, but also Mo's put a lot of time into this fight. Telemorph. Finishing. Drumroll. I don't know if my mic picks it up. Probably not. First place. 56-28. A bit of a volume difference between the two. It's so hard to get volume right. Joined by the winner of the race and the 1v1 Telemorph. GG.
GG, thank you. That was an interesting seed.
Yeah. You seem to have some struggles with it. Mo did as well. Anything stand out? Maybe Ridley?
Yeah, Ridley was a bit more trouble than I had hoped since I had 30 supers, but yeah.
I think Mo has been on Ridley for 30 minutes now.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah, I entered the fight before you did. Has very similar equipment, except for the 20 supers instead of 30. So it's a barely possible fight.
Yeah, definitely. Having 30 supers seems much nicer than 20.
Yeah. We've seen that it's barely possible. Gotten Ridley dead a few times. One big problem that happened was Mo took a death right after high jump on the way back and lost everything in Meridia.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So I think with high jump, that would help a lot with this fight as well. Having screw attack. Just wave beam. Pretty good item in this situation.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, the empty Meridia, other than screw, wave, spacer, and high jump was interesting. I forgot to look at where Varia was.
I did as well.
I'm hoping that it wasn't just that major up above Ridley to the right.
That would be Ice Beam.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Ice Beam would have been pretty good. Especially since you needed to refill. Did you need to refill ammo? I guess I missed how that actually played out since you had charged plasma.
I did a little bit. I didn't need to fill up as much as I did, but I went to the West Ocean farm and farmed the Zeb for probably too long.
Yeah, I kind of stopped watching that farm. Could you talk about going over to Mother Brain and Dragon early for all those X's?
So I went over there because I misread the map and thought I could get up to those two majors through Dragon for some reason, even though it wasn't connected. So I went over that direction and then realized, oh, they're back around through Business Center instead of through Bubble Mountain. So I decided I would just fight Dragon, then leave, and go around, get the, I believe it was Space Jump and Plasma.
Yep. But you actually went to Wreck Ship before even getting those.
Yeah, I was considering fighting Batoon, but of course I had like exact ammo and didn't want to soft lock and no charge yet, so
Yeah. Then Batoon really cutting off Wreck Ship from the map was being very annoying.
yeah. So it was an interesting map layout.
Yeah, the start of the seed was actually very interesting. The differences between the two of you. I feel like Mo had the really strong start, like taking speed directly to morph and then supers. But then went to Wreck Ship where you went Norfair, and Norfair was the progression. Wreck Ship didn't have anything really. But Mo did get the map out of that trip. Had the same kind of problems. We couldn't do Batoon, had to go around. But you got to head off of that, and then that's when you went to West Ocean and Dragon, and Mo didn't do that. So it seemed like Mo was ahead by not going over there.
Yeah, it makes sense to leave that till later since Dragon is right next to Mother Brain.
I was actually really worried for your Dragon fight. You took a turret hit right at the start.
Yeah, if
Pulled
I
it
had
off.
died, I was gonna just nope out of there, but it worked out. I was worried
I was
during the
wondering,
fight as well.
I was wondering why someone would choose Wreck Ship over Norfair in the Sid. Because you went right next to the Norfair map for supers.
The Norfair map was PB blocked, and at the
Yeah,
time I didn't have power bombs, so I could have gone back, but I just felt, I don't know, like I wanted to go to Wreck Ship.
gotcha.
I don't really have a reason other than I had seen the map and felt like it was accessible.
Fair, fair. It was an important map to get. That Kraid. And the morph bombs. I think Kraid had morph bombs.
Yes, yeah. I saw them, but didn't pick them up.
Mo is hyper committed to this Ridley fight.
That's how I felt with it too. It looks like we have the same amount of energy, except I had one more reserve instead of an E-tank, and lots more supers.
Yeah, I've been saying that Mo barely has the damage, like the DPS necessary for this fight. Because, like, normally Charge Ice Plasma is very strong. But when you're in a heated room, every charge shot, you're going to be taking heat damage. And you have to get those out fast, and just doesn't have the time. So, it's a really hard fight. I wouldn't want to be doing it. How do you feel about medium? Could you notice in any way?
I do feel like I kind of tricked myself with the previous medium seeds I played, because in the past, I don't know if it's changed or not, but in the past, the medium seeds were very back and forth, like go get a missile, then backtrack to get a suit, then backtrack to get power bombs. So it was like going back and forth across the world. So that's why I kept going back to criteria to get this majors. I thought there would be progression, which I guess Space Jump probably was some sort of progression. But I liked it. It
Maybe.
felt accessible. Just kind of confusing as where I was supposed to head.
Yeah, I don't think for the most part it's going to be too different. When I was testing these for Season 3, it's tended to give suits earlier. But it's hard to tell what's actually different because of medium logic versus the map layout.
Was it medium tricky or some other custom?
Yeah, it's medium tricky plus extra supers.
Oh, okay.
And that's why it's custom. And then quality of life is custom because I turned off energy tanks and energy stations refilling reserves. I've
Okay.
decided if we want to use that in the future. Because that's what this is about. Picking settings for Season 4.
Yeah, well, I definitely enjoyed this seed. I feel like I stumbled a little bit getting lost by my own map reading, but it worked out in the end.
I know sub hour is still the benchmark time to go for. But you did it. Longer going to be watching Mo, but thanks for stopping by. Thanks for giving us the race.
Yeah, thanks for always putting these on and for restreaming and commentating. They're always fun to be a part of.
To hear. That can let you go, or you can give your analysis of this Ridley fight.
I'll take off and start lurking in the chat.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you as well.
Oh, chat. What's your take on this Ridley fight? Almost 50 minutes in. I feel like we started around 26. I've heard Techno Waffle tried it with 5 more supers. So 5 plus 2. So 1 more reserve and another super pack. That'd feel a lot better. Probably part of the problem. It could be all the problem. I don't know. Is that Mo took a death leaving Meridia and lost all of the majors that were in Meridia. And then took a very long pause right after that. So probably wasn't feeling good about the seed. Following that, I was pointing out at the time how Meridia had E-tanks that one could collect. At the time, they didn't seem like very important, but perhaps they would have been. And then also the early game, Mo had a lot of wasted. I guess it feels like wasted time in Wreck Ship, but Bottoon blocking off the map means that most people are going to spend that time. I don't know the map well enough to know if going past Torian had more regions or not. Or if you could just not gone to Wreck Ship in Meridia early. So I don't actually know where the other major that is Varia is located. Varia in Brinstar. I see, I see. So we'll this a little bit more. Sadly, I'll report at this time that the rest of the race room has finished. Either by finishing or by not finishing. Leaving only Mo on this Ridley part. I'll say it again. I think without high jump, he has to hope for good RNG on the swoop patterns and not get swoops. Because if a swoop happens, then he's going to lose DPS time and can't hit Ridley with beam shots while he's flying around. So we're going to want to get all pogos. Starting off with a swoop. That's unlucky. Ridley has a really high chance to pogo at the start. Very, very high. It's possible. You have to roll for the right patterns. You can't miss your shots. And you also have to jump into Ridley's claw at the right time. And on the successful attempts, we've seen that that's where the problem was. Actually getting picked up by Ridley. There's the one time where he got hit by the tail on the grab. And I think that was on the right side. Then the left side attempts, well, Ridley was pogoing. He got hit by the bouncing tail instead of the claw. So perhaps a practice session at this time. Especially where it looks so possible. It's good to practice it until you can do it. I don't remember what RBO has. World Record Route RBO. Because that's 20 supers. 20 supers, Charge Ice Wave Spazer. You enter with 600 health and a reserve. This is 600. But then X factors are extremely good value. The difference there is that you have high jump. Like sometimes screw attack is good, but high jump is really key for those swoops. Entirely for the swoops. This is twice the damage of RBO beam. But that takes being extremely practiced at Ridley. If I run out of things to talk about, I think we're gonna be done. Next Saturday, it's gonna be another community weekly race. Gonna be different settings. We don't really know what's planned for that day, but likely random objectives, and we'll just make do with the tracker not being made for random objectives. But for the next little while, we're gonna be trying out different settings. Missed the opening charge shot. The Map Rando tournament 2025, brought to you by Eddie, has had its grand finals and is over with now. So you're gonna want to watch the grand final VOD that was on SpeedGaming main. So you should check that out. Videos are being uploaded to YouTube. Should be a few weeks in worth of videos on YouTube. Everything not on YouTube is on Twitch still in VOD format. Oh my god. Hold it off. Oh, did it? Let's go! We all knew it was possible. No one believed harder than Mo. Mo Telemorph and I, all participants in the Map Rando 2025 tournament, brought to you by Eddie. So you've probably seen our names before. Here's something I haven't done. Not since the start of the stream. Exclamation R, twitch.tv/Telemorph, twitch.tv/Mo_015, twitch.tv/Aussie101. You can give follows to everyone here. Oh yeah. I'm also the tracker. I like to remind myself that sometimes, from time to time. The thing is, I don't think Mo wants to talk about this seed. So I don't know that there will be an interview. I'm gonna head to Kraid now, and then it's pretty fast to Dragon and then on the brain. So there's that. We can watch this finish out. And go through more programming notes. Like what? I don't know. Link to the Past League had their finals. SM Rat had finals this morning. It's been a very busy day and 24 hours for finals. As always, you can find Rando at maprando.com. We're celebrating our release 118, which is 118. What features does that bring? I can read off the whole script from the website. It has a releases page. There are mixed water, or like partial water level rooms. That's going to be the most noticeable thing for a viewer. So I'm pointing that out. It didn't really stand out while watching the runners here, but that is a thing. And you have to kind of relearn a few of the rooms because they just look a little different. More quality of life settings, such as energy tanks, energy stations, energy tanks, refill reserves. It's built into the high preset, which is the preset that we use for racing. But we're still deciding if we want to allow that in races because it changes behavior. It's not too big a deal most of the time, but it's also kind of big quality of life. So I don't know if we want that. There's a neat reverse energy transfer thing. It's like how you can manually refill reserves, but backwards. You can put energy into reserves. And that's mostly just for G mode, if you're playing with G mode. That'd be in max quality of life. So we're not going to see that. It's just a cool feature, like pointing out. More sprites. Room load times decreased. I don't think I noticed that. So there was a patch. Maybe it was an edit to the patch, but it could have just been a new way of writing the patch. Where door loads, they like move diagonally, is how you see the difference. Whenever you're speedrunning Super Metroid, you try to correct the door. But then, as part of quality of life, you like if you could not have to do that, just have faster load times. And so it's a patch that speeds up load times. Doors have to align vertically before you can move through them. And then it's also going to scroll over so that the next screen is in front of you. And the patch makes it so it moves diagonally. It's faster. There's also a change to fade in, fade out of when you pause. And it just feels different. It doesn't affect the gameplay part. It's gonna feel different. Oh yeah, the save refill rooms, the double-sided ones, are gonna be shown more clearly. That trips up a lot of runners. It's just annoying when it happens. So I'm happy for that. Oh. Here's some big potential future news that is not being announced because it's not being worked on. But the ROM dependencies are taken away from the generate page. And that means that it might be possible for bots to roll seeds. We're getting there. That would make it a lot easier to Mostly work with presets. One is work with like custom presets that we want to try out, and two would be adding complicated functionality, like randomized setting, such as grab bag mode or mystery setting mode. Because those wouldn't fit on the randomizer page, but you could add it as some function that a bot does. So everyone's waiting for bots to roll seeds. It helps out a lot with tournaments. This tournament just now, I had the runners roll the seeds. Tactical E-Tank refill. Provides safety and also the refill. Telemorph got all these supers earlier. I think all three of them are supers. And that's why Ridley went better. Yep. Tournaments are a lot of work, and automation cuts out an immense amount of work. So we need automation to make tournaments more palatable to organizers. More hands would be helpful too, including on weekly restreams like this one. If you're interested in doing commentary, you can track too. Mostly the commentary. Just want to leave everything to a crew. Then you can sign up on the Rando Discord through our schedule. Get your guesses in for the escape. Remember, it's a 175 escape multiplier. Should be about a minute. Let's see if Mo takes the fast way. I'm pretty sure the fast way is through Croc Escape. Telemorph's timer was kinda, like, relatively really tight. I don't think that was the way. If this was hard, Telemorph maybe finishes with a second left. Maybe. I can type in the racer. I'll press the button, see if Mo shows up. Not expecting to. But we can watch this play out. Mo running onto the ship. 43 seconds left. Yeah, Telemorph had like a 21. Big difference. GG's, 129. Stuck in there. Oh, hey, it's Mo. Maybe we do have an interview. It is Mo. You stuck through it all. Congrats.
Thank you. Sorry for taking so long.
Yeah, no worries. Like, it was a possible fight. You stayed with it. I guess. What was that initial reasoning? We saw you had barely enough resources for Ridley. Why
Yeah,
was that?
I mean,
Is it related to the Meridia death?
yeah, it was. I'm sorry. Again. Yeah, I don't know. Right now, I can only think of the Ridley fight. I am. That really took so long.
Yeah. I wasn't really tracking how long it was.
I don't know what's going on here. Can you hear me?
You're kind of robot-y. A lot of static.
I'm not sure if. Can you hear me?
I can make out what you're saying. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just glad that I finished.
You proved it can be done.
Really, I don't know. Discord don't like my microphone.
I don't know. I guess other than that,
Well, this that I'm glad that I finished, and that's it. Sorry for taking so long.
I was kind of wondering if you were going to keep going after Taylor finished, because that's something that people on Restream do. Just wait for the restreamed race to be over. If they're in a bad spot.
Yeah, I was so locked into the fight. I couldn't think of anything else at that time.
Did you ever think of leaving and getting an E-Tank somewhere or a super pack?
I took a quick look at the map. If they're trying to see if there was any kind of resources close enough, but I don't know. I ego shake really bad.
Yeah, and that's the biggest standout moment of the seed, like for the race overall. It sounded like most runners when it had better resources, like more E-Tanks, more super packs. You were doing it on the bare minimum.
Yeah, an extra E-Tank or a super that would take me way less time. But yeah, I'm glad that I finished. I think it wasn't that scene. Just I played that part really bad. Other than that, it was a pretty good scene.
Good, that's good. Did being medium affect your early game decision making at all? Do you know?
Not really, not that much. But I don't know. Medium feels a bit. I don't know. I need to look at the video and see what I did because I don't think I played that much different, other than that Ridley fight. But yeah.
Yeah, I think it's hard to tell like in what ways it's actually different. Mostly like on the heat side, the multipliers are higher, and on the movement side, you're expected to do less with like spring ball and gravity jumps. But not too much different. But thanks for coming in, talking to me about Seed. Thanks for giving us a race. Anything else you want to shout out while you're here?
Not really, just waiting for the next season to start, and that's it. Gotta practice a lot.
Do you have any settings that you want to play or you want to see played on the weekly?
Um, I don't know. It's been really competitive the way it is. The addition of the extra supers, it's pretty good. I don't know. I can see right now any additions that can improve the experience, but I'm gonna give it a thought.
Yeah, it's hard to change something for the sake of changing. And I do like having the extra supers. It really makes ammo viable. But we'll see what happens. And otherwise, I think we're going to be done here with the weekly Super Metroid Map Rando race, community race. Tune in next time on Wednesday. I think I had that wrong earlier. Next Wednesday is the next weekly race. But we are done here. So thanks to Tillamorph and Mo. I've been Aussie101, and see you all next mission.